So one of the things that's come up from this is if I make your 7-iron too hot, too low spin, too flat in flight,
Right.
all I do is make my job really hard when I get to the 4-iron.
Right.
So everything that I'm doing in the 7-iron, I'm thinking ahead a couple steps.
Okay.
I'm going, okay, Johnny's not going to like that maybe he hits his 7-iron 5 yards shorter, but I'm going to butter him up to show him why it's going to help him in the 4-iron.
Right.
And that's why I have this dispersion plot on the left, because I like to work up through the bag.
Gotcha.
So we'd have our driver at the top, we'd have our 7-iron, which is kind of our North Star, and we would stair step everything so there's a nice clean gap between every club.
Okay.
If the peak heights are the same, you're less likely to adjust your golf swing to try to lift it.
We just went through the whole fitting process. This would be my second time working with you in the last like 90 days. It's a lot to take in, not gonna lie, a lot of information.
It's okay, you asked for it.
I did. So the 3D, so coming from where I was coming from and seeing what I've seen, and I've told you this before, very few times do I come in and like, oh wow, I didn't know that, or I learned something. It's not out of arrogance just because I've seen a lot, right? But some of the stuff that you guys talking about in your Titleist fitting process is fascinating. So first of all, I want to ask you the 3Ds. I know what they are, but to the consumer, explain the 3Ds, not in order of importance. Just explain what they are and explain like how they've kind of changed how you guys have approached fitting. Because this is like a newish thing. It's not. You guys have been doing this for years and years and years, have you?
Well, so we have been doing this for years and years and years. And one of the more proud things in my fitting career is this is fitting methodology that I learned 15 years ago, 13 years ago. From some of the individuals we were talking about there. And it comes back to this singular goal. The golf ball can only do 4 things. It has speed, it has launch, it has backspin, and it has dispersion.
Okay.
And so its angle into the ground is one of the biggest determining factors for how quickly it can stop. If you can stop a golf ball on a green on a more challenging surface from a further distance away, in theory, you will shoot lower scores.
Right.
And so working your way backwards from there, how do you maintain landing angle throughout the set? Well, you need every golf club in your bag to have a separate ball speed. So the 3Ds are distance, dispersion, and descent.
Okay.
And so distance is 2 parts. Part number 1 is if you're looking at one single golf club, flatline ball speeds go flatline distances. When you're fitting a 7-iron, you're looking to squeeze your ball speeds as tight as possible on center hits and off center hits.
Okay.
If your ball speeds are flatlined, you will typically have flatline carry distances.
Okay.
Second part is how you set up your entire set of golf clubs, your bag, your set composition. So from your 7-iron to your 6-iron, each club should go 5 miles an hour faster than one another. So the end goal to that is you want every club in your bag to maintain the same peak height. If you hit your 7-iron 100 feet in the air, you should be able to hit your 4-iron 100 feet in the air.
Okay.
And the mechanism behind that, the physics behind it, the math is every club should separate by about 5 miles an hour. If you have a golfer who has a 4-iron that they want to chase out, I will say, why?
Okay.
Why are you giving up a golf club that you can hit 200 yards potentially up in the air and land soft? It takes a bad golf swing to make a low golf ball try to go high. You're working against the engineering of the golf club.
Right.
It takes a good golf swing, good technique to make a high ball come down.
Okay.
You can always bring the ball down typically. Yes, there are instances where like a 5-wood or a 21-degree fairway metal are maybe challenging to bring down, but that's the point of those clubs, is to lift the ball in the air and to hit it high regardless of how you strike it.
So you're, according to your methodology, if 4 through pitching wedge all go 100 feet in the air, and they're all divided, they're all gapped by 5 miles an hour ball speed.
They have to be to get to that result.
Anything extracurricular would be on the player's technique, but it's easier for you to build a bag around, like I call it stasis, like everything's, at baseline level, they all go 100 feet, they're all gapped at 5, and after I do my job as the fitter, you as the player can evolve this section or that section, but that's on you. Correct. Because I know at the baseline level, it doesn't the job it's being asked to do, it does that all the time. When you're making up a set of golf clubs, you said something really interesting about what you can spot out in a set. So like if a tour player, like if you're looking at the survey or if you're looking at something on tour and you see a player splits, at the 7-iron or the 6-iron, it's not a given that they're just going to go to, you know, if it's T100 to T150.
Right.
Your thing is for most golfers, maybe not on tour, but for most golfers, if you change one, you're going to have to change a few.
Usually.
And I think that's an actually important thing for people to understand, especially with this new line, this T1, because you guys have more levers than you've ever had to pull. So whether it's hybrids or these utility irons or the 350s, like the way that you guys have composed all of these heads is any change that you make or any deficiency that you have, you guys have a club that not only harmonizes with the other ones, but you can stick in there and it's literally plug and play. And it doesn't necessarily mean you strengthen the lofts. It doesn't mean anything. It just means the construction of the head is going to help you get there, as opposed to, like, again, going lighter in the shafts or completely handing the player a different golf club, which happens a lot. It's like, we're going to go lighter in the short irons. We're going to make it a little longer so you get more out of it, where you're just going, no, I have a head I can throw on here that's going to do it for you, and everything's going to stay the same.
10 years ago, we used to remove 3 irons and put hybrids in play, right? A hybrid is quite literally a hybrid of an iron and a metal, or a fairway. And so that was an easier split. For whatever reason, removing a 3 iron became a thing. And then when we started doing that, you started to have this bigger gap between your 3 iron and your 4 iron. Well, then we thought, well, what if we took a 4 iron from another set and we put it in the mix? And that started to become a thing.
Yeah, now everybody combo sets.
And everybody combo sets. So back then, they weren't engineering the clubs or designing the look of the golf clubs to necessarily do that. But us as fitters were starting to notice, hey, this is what the players need. This is what the physics of the ball need. And how do we, over time, start to engineer the clubs to be more similar? And you look at this year, 10, 15 years later, I can barely tell them apart. Between the 100 and the 150, when I look at the back of them, I have to like really look.
And 250 is getting pretty damn close to not being able to tell either.
And so now you're taking that philosophy, you're saying, okay, smallest head, weakest loft, shortest club. That's the methodology, right? Play the smallest head and the most loft and the shortest length that you can until you need help from the technology. So the point being is, once you make that first change, you're going to have to change again. You're going to have to keep making it bigger, because 100% of players play a mixed set of golf clubs. They play a driver that's a metal, and they play an iron that's a solid steel club.
And they have different golf swings to satisfy all those too. You're a smart boy. I wanted to do that video, one, because I kind of wanted to get it from the horse's mouth how they do fitting here, but they do fitting really efficiently at this joint, and I'm very impressed. So anyway, that's Lucas Bro, Johnny Wunder from the range at TPI. That is the 3Ds in 3D.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you coming out here and doing this.
My pleasure. We're out of here.